Hello everybody, my name is Mathis and welcome to a game I'm very excited for, Hand of Fate 2. Hand of Fate 1 came out 2 years ago now, and I really enjoyed it, but I had a few gripes about it, particularly the combat. I was not a huge fan of the combat. However, Hand of Fate 2 was something I was super excited they were able to put into production. When I heard they were making it, I was hyped and hopeful that they would be able to fix a lot of the problems with the first one. I haven't touched the game yet, and I'm going to give you an episode. Maybe we'll do more if it's a series that people end up watching and wanting more of, as I tend to do. If not, it'll be a one-off kind of early impressions or first impressions of what Hand of Fate 2 is. So, without further ado, I'm just going to play the game, and you should, if you've never seen Hand of Fate before, without much explanation, you should really start to grasp how this game works. So let's just jump in and play a brand new game.
Your memories are fading even now, gone to form the soul of the game we play. These pieces are new, as are the stakes. Life, death, and vengeance. We must ride, for time is short, and you have much to learn. Make your first choice, and let us set these wheels in motion once more.
Oh, hell yeah. First of all, can I put on, before we continue, as I tend to, first of all, I have a headset on. Okay, so that's fine. I do not see any way to put on the thing where you see the words and my brain cannot think of the words. General. We can actually integrate Twitch chat, apparently. Subtitles, that's the word I'm looking for. There we go. Alright. Shall we continue? We make a choice. Scary woman with Austin as her pet, or man with dick so big a leaf to cover it. That's me. No question.
These cards represent your history and our game. We know where they end, for you are here. Therefore, these cards must guide you to my side. Let us see what the journey holds.
The Fool. Okay.
The Fool steps into nothingness, because they know no better. In the same way, you must step into the void. You are a blank slate, and together we will write your history.
So, one of my biggest, well, forest ambush. One of my favorite parts of this game. So if you don't know what this is a mix of like a randomly generated card game, dungeon crawler, kind of like an FTL, kind of like a fantasy FTL in a lot of ways, mixed with some storytelling and obviously a big flair of fantasy. And one of my favorite parts of the first game, and it seems to be carrying over into this game, is first of all the dealer. He adds a lot, his narration, his movements, and the presentation of the game as a whole, where he messes with the cards and he pulls money from you and all kinds of stuff. That's my favorite part, and I love it. So, our first card, right away, just story-wise. You've stumbled many miles through this forest in search of the thieves who robbed you. Though exhausted and hungry, you are determined to reclaim your father's amulet. You finally catch sight of the thieves hacking at a large tree and arguing amongst themselves. So, obviously, there's a little bit of choice involved, kind of like a choose-your-own-adventure, and depending on what you choose can dictate what happens in the encounter. Sometimes it even dictates if you have an encounter at all. So let's go ahead and move closer to eavesdrop. Success, success, failure.
Has been improved, even those that seem at first glance familiar. Do not worry, you will soon understand the nuances.
So there was a 75% chance I was going to be able to successfully creep up, and then another obviously 25% chance where they would have probably caught us and either we would fight or automatically die. Who knows? So creeping forward, you overhear their leader spouting orders. It's simple, he says. The idiots walk down the road, you push over the tree and jump out. They'll be too scared to put up a fight, and we'll get rich. Why don't we just jump out and stab them? One retorts. Another hooded figure chimes in. Yeah, corpses don't put up a fight either. Frustration rises in the leader's voice. The Empire doesn't care if a few farmers lose some sprouts, but drop a corpse on the royal road and the place will be filled with soldiers before you've even spent a coin. We don't need that trouble. Now quiet, here they come. You soon spot a group of farmers coming around the corner, bringing their wares to market. The thieves fell the tree into the path of the unsuspecting farmers and leap out, weapons brandished. Give us all your food. So we can leap to the farmers' defense, offer to help the farmers, warning them if they that it won't come free, or help the thieves with their extortion. Now, while younger Mathis may have been a thief, through my wise years, and obviously, you know, paying back for crimes that I may have committed when I was but a wee lad, I know the error in my ways. I will defend them. You draw your weapon with practiced skill. Well, you hear the leader's voice. You lads handle this. I'll meet you when you're done. Here we go. So, yeah, the game is intermixed with that kind of choice play style, and then obviously some fighting mingled in. And we're about to go do the fighting. So the problem with the fighting in the first one, it was like really bad Batman combat. So I'm curious if that's going to change. Violence for the sake of violence and theft for the sake of money. Thieves attack frequently and can evade standard attacks, making heavy weapons less effective. Okay, weapon ability, finisher, attack, defend, bash, evade. Great. I guess that's enough. So it is still Batman combat. That was not good enough. It is exactly still Batman combat. And there's a finisher right there. I gotta learn to hit Y more. Ooh, nice dodge. Oh. Mathis, hit Y, my dude. I'm not used to it being green. You know, usually when you want to do something like that, it's yellow to indicate pressing the Y button. And the finisher right through his gut. Goodbye. And we defended the farmers because we're awesome. Though that wasn't that difficult. The farmers fumble in their haversacks in gratitude. Thank you, adventurer. I'm sure that after they took our food, they would have taken our lives as well. We gained some food. So we need supplies to move through. We're going to see the dungeon crawling aspect that I talked about soon enough. You fall on the food with a sigh. Wait, you fall on the food with a sigh? Shoveling bread in your mouth to quell your hunger. Your satisfaction lasts only a moment before you realize your father's amulet is not among the takings. The leader must still have it. You set to your feet, determined to find him. So now we have this, which is like moving around in a dungeon crawling aspect, and a lot of the time the board will have multiple different paths you can take. So for now, we're just gonna go here on this card because it's the only one we can. And when we move, it eats up one food and we heal a little bit. So we're gonna need to manage our food. While enjoying a moment beside the fire, you spy a strange figure approaching your camp. It's a goblin, dressed in what must pass for goblin finery. From beneath a filthy fox pelt serving as an ill-fitting wig, the goblin winks at you with wild red eyes. Aha! I've been roaming for hours trying to find you. We must get this over with quickly if I have any hope of getting to all the people on my list before sunrise. It lowers its sack from its shoulder. Now, from within my sack I can conjure whatever your heart desires. The goblin's voice trails off as he examines his sack. Well, I could if there wasn't a blooming great big hole in it. His head disappears entirely into the bag, and his bulbous nose protrudes from the breach. A new plan, then. The goblin pulls out his last trinkets. So we can choose what we want. How about a new sword? Critical strike. Perform a critical strike that deals 150 damage on a single target. Riposte. Against northerners, riposte deals 125% damage. And one-handed. Can riposte between enemy combo attacks. Additional defense from a shield is useful. So it's basically one-handed. What else do we got? It's heavy, armor break, which is great, and critical strike, and then we can get a new shield. Why don't we just get a new sword? I kind of set my eyes on it right out the gate. It does less damage than what we have? A wise choice. Now I must go. There are many others I must visit before I can rest. Also, I think I hit B. I don't think I equipped it. The goblin runs off into the night, his foxwig flapping in the evening breeze. You can exchange equipment in inventory. So we want to go to inventory. We can. That's this button here. So we can neglected sword for the soldier's sword. Beautiful. All right, next card. Finding Forest Folk.
This card has a token. Can you find it?
Your journey through a forest is interrupted by an inquisitive child. Are you searching for the forest folk? My uncle says that they used to walk these woods giving out gifts. I want to find one and ask for a lemon cake. As they dash off to peer under a nearby log, the child shouts back, Remember, if you meet forest folk, get me a lemon cake. In the other direction, eerie song hangs in the air. You attempt to find its origin. All right, let's see if we can find it. I'm gonna pick where the failure once was. You follow the song through thicket and stream until you find an open glade bathed in golden sunlight. You find an aged maiden, her posture bent like the boughs of a forest. It's been 12 winters since I've had a visitor. Her voice is a whisper, yet it thunders in your ear. You may visit me when you are in need, adventurer.
This is yours now. Even if you lose the challenge, you have earned this token.
Sweet! Thank you.
Nothing could be more fitting now than meeting the mage who started this all. Or at least, started it all.
I like how even the cards have this weird disease that seems to be crawling all over the dealer. I wonder what's going on there. A trail of fallen trees and distraught farmers leads you to the thieves who had stolen your amulet. It seems their infighting has only gotten worse. The bandits surround their former leader, weapons drawn. Everyone will get their fair share. There's no need for violence, the leader implores. Reading is difficult. Who ever heard of a thief talk about fair shares, spits one. You turn up and boss us around, we've barely stabbed anyone. It's been days since I've stabbed someone. Days! The leader notices you approaching and waves you over. As much as I'd love to continue this discussion regarding stabbings, I'm afraid I've urgent business with my associate here. As he greets you, he whispers, keep me alive and there'll be plenty of gold for your trouble. Tell him the gold cannot replace the amulet he stole. He holds up a finger. First rule of negotiation. Never let them know what you want. Kill my associates and I will gladly return your amulet. Ever reliable, the thieves draw their blades to mug you. The leader hurries away to hide. No, just fight them. Let's go. You draw your weapon and prepare to deal with the miscreants. Perform a quick riposte by attacking immediately after defending an enemy attack. Got it. All right, next fight. Let's go, fam. The fighting definitely felt a little bit better. Can't say it felt amazing though, but we'll see. So I gotta find. Okay, that's attack. That's defend. Okay, Mathis. Why? Okay. How do I? Oh God. Oh, I have to hit. I think I have to hit right trigger. How come I didn't defend that? Just kill him. The combat still does not feel great. It doesn't feel bad, but much like the first game so far, at least, it feels relatively similar. It feels a little clunky, not as responsive. And now I'm starting to think, I don't know if it's the developers who can't do it, or if it's just the, maybe it's the engine, who knows. With the battle resolved, the thief leader nods in approval at the carnage before him. He holds out a hand. The name's Malaclips, Bard Extraordinaire. Wait, what? Really? His smile fades under your withering glare. Sensing your anger, he raises his hand in surrender. Wait! Let's not be hasty. We're on the same side here. I'm an upstanding citizen just like you. I've been working with the thieves, yes, but only for the greater good. No, really. They were killing people before I came along. I know it seems bad, but look. He pulls out an amulet from his pockets and presses it into your hands. All is forgiven, yes? You stare at the amulet. It does not look familiar. Oh? Malaclips says, scratching his head. He opens a small satchel. So which one is yours? Let's see. Choose your father's amulet. None of these look right because I don't know what they do. So let's go with this guy. That one's mine. The Sun King amulet. That suits you. Very similar facial structure. Say, you know what? I'm lonely. You're lonely. We should work together. We should probably get to know one another, seeing as we're going to be friends for life. Tell me, where are you from? What? What? Are we fighting this guy now? Friends for life or a sword in the face for life? I don't know. Ooh, this is different. Oh, okay, character customization, I guess. What is this? Choose an appearance. Gotcha. Well, it's about as pale as I can make myself. Brown hair, I guess. Can we, oh, that's the hairstyles. There's only a few. All right, well, that's the one we're gonna take. The amulet does really not much, so we'll go ahead and take that, and then we'll take Judge Mathis colors. I think that works out nicely. That is minor customization at best. But now we know what we look like. From the Eastern Belt, eh? You don't say. Good sorts of from the Eastern Belt. Very trusting. Oh, by the way, I mean, we, friend, owe money to Vignus of the Thieves Guild. He's quite angry at us. We should journey to Meyerbridge together to appease him. Some gold might help. Although, come to think of it, I'm rather busy. Malakub's eye is a pretty trader hiking up the road. So it'd be best if you get the gold, and I meet you there. All right, so now we actually have a map that we can like look at, and there's gonna be obviously some options going on. So let's take our first choice.
Let us learn what sort you are. Strong, clever, wise. The circumstances under which you come here put the lie to that.
Okay, we good? You enter a competition of strength at a fair. Gold prizes available to the winner. In the first round of the competition, your opponent is the diminutive Roland, a halfling from a traveling troupe of acrobats. Okay, target.
These dice are another small game embedded in our game.
I don't know what you want me to do. My controller rumbles when I hold it off to the edges, but all I can do is throw. So we're just looking for a number. Target 10. Got it.
Victory. You are learning.
I mean, that didn't take much, did it? All right, cool. Roland is no match for your strength. He gives a disappointed backflip off the table and collects his meager winnings, then cartwheels out the door. Ooh, we gain 10 gold. You take your reward from the purser on the way out the tavern. When you return, you will compete in the next round for a larger prize. So we have two options, up, down, up, right, or up. Let's go up.
Water is a symbol for the many thoughts that churn beneath the surface. What is it you're thinking of?
While crossing a stone
bridge. What concern is worrying at your mind?
While crossing a stone bridge. Okay.
Into the waters beneath.
My dude, like, all at once, all right? All at once. While crossing a stone bridge, you suddenly find yourself confronted by a villainous band. You can stand and fight the fiends, or throw yourself to the mercy of the river below. Ooh, dice target. Ooh, I like it. Is dice rolling or stand and fight? Let's fight. You ready your weapon? I need to practice the fighting anyway. Clearly, I'm not doing great with it. I don't want to be sitting here playing the game the entire time, so let's practice. Four? Come on. You can do better than that. Oh, okay. The first line of defense against any who would question the Empire. Empire enemies wear armor that reduces damage by 3, rendering light weapons less effective. So literally what I have. I hate that also me hitting them does not knock them out of their attack. Alright, cool. So that's what we want to do after 10 hits. There we go. Now we're doing better. Yeah, the combat's still not really Batman-like at all. Goodbye. Oh, yeah. See that looked straight up. That looked kind of bad. Just like went through his weird helmet. Having spilled your enemy's blood, you search the bodies for anything useful. A new shield. Sweet.
A simple defense. You can do better given time.
Yep, we'll go ahead and grab that and equip it. Gain some supplies. Good. And let's go over here.
The
Distressed
roads have become
Damsel.
even more deadly since the Empire has come to power. despite their promises of the opposite.
The road ahead is blocked by an overturned carriage and a woman calling for help. Please help, she cries. I've been robbed by a band of thugs. Is there anything you can do? Is this a trap? It feels like a trap, but we're going to try for it. Let's go ahead and roll. So we only get 2 rolls. This is terrible. We're going to re-roll all 3. So it's a little like poker. If we had maybe gotten it, but no.
Fair, and thus you have lost this round.
I don't know if I call it fair, homie. Why, thank you. Now if you could be so kind as to give me all of your gold. The woman draws a pair of concealed blades from her corset. Come on out, boys. Yeah, figured. You have no time to react as a group of bandits spring from hiding. We're going to be fighting 4, it looks like, because of 4 of greed. And the game looks like it's going to freeze. All right, we're good. I missed the little animation of, like, my character being armed. Oh, as I say that, never mind. This, however, is utterly ordinary. Yeah, well, it is what it is. Let's go, fam. Goodbye. Yeah, now I'm starting to get, like, the hang of it. I think what was throwing me off a little bit is the fact that if somebody's making an attack, unlike in Batman games, I can't actually hit them to interrupt them. I have to hit the Y button to interrupt them. A little weird, little weird. It's alright, though. With the thugs defeated, you search their bodies for valuables. Okay, we get a roll a 9 for valuables, huh? I'll take the 2 for now. Man, terrible. No valuables. So can we go onto this again? No?
Celebrations.
Ooh, the carnival.
In aid of what? You see how quickly the actions of the usurper are turned into tales for children.
Nearing the sleepy hamlet of Dulwich, you find the villagers in the midst of some kind of celebration. Much of the activity concerns a large paper and wood statue depicting a fearsome warrior looming triumphantly over a prone lizard man. Ask a local what's going on. A friendly stable hand explains, in a bygone age, our town was beset by half men, half lizards. There was no food, no respite, and very little hope. Salvation came in the form of a nameless warrior who hunted the beast for little more than a handful of coins and a crust of bread. He smiles warmly at the festivities. We honor the warrior like this. The statue is filled with food and gold, and we take turns smashing it to bits with a club. You're welcome to join us, and you may keep whatever falls out. That sounds great. Let's follow the parade. Parade ends in the town square. You watch as the villagers take turns smashing the statue with a club and gathering the food and gold that spills out. A local notices you're interested and asks if you'd like to turn. Absolutely. Huge success, 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 success. We'll go over here. We got a failure. You wield the club with all your strength, however, blindfold affects your balance, and we smash our foot. We get minus 10 life. Why make us pick if it's all the same damn card? Ow. Engulfed in shame, you leave the town to the celebrations, hope no tales are told of this day. Yeah, well, what are you gonna do? All right.
Here we come to the end of the beginning. Running errands for mages. This will become a theme, I dare say.
You arrive at Meyerbridge as the sun begins to dip below the horizon. You find Malaclips pursuing a selection of cheeses, or rather perusing a selection of cheeses by the market. Ah, if it isn't my good friend, the adventurer. Did you bring in the gold? Vigdis has arranged to meet at the graveyard. Go to the graveyard. You wonder whether the spot was chosen for its seclusion or for easy body disposal. Vigdis greets Malaclips with a sly grin. Looks like you turned up after all, and with a lackey in tow. We had our doubts, you know. Vigdis cracks his knuckles and giggles. Well now, Malaclips, convince me. What's to stop me from cutting off your head today? Greed? Anarchist of Greed. I don't know what that card does. We reveal your gold as Malaclips scrounges in his pockets for some too. The heavy satchel of riches lands at Ignis's feet with a thud that echoes through the silence of the cemetery. That's our deal done, Malaclips says, worry obvious in his voice. No need for any further troubles. I'm sorry, Mal. You should have known the guild was never going to let you pay with cash stolen from our members in the first place. Well, here we go. 4 of greed. And anarchist of greed, whatever that means. Oh boy! Vignis the Craze. Treacherous and greedy, a dangerous combination. Anarchists throw flaming bombs that cause fire damage. Your armor is no use to you here. So we going for him first then. Oh, A is evade. So red is A and not B? Oh, that is gonna fuck me up. Y is gonna be green. I hate that. Also, he sounds really dumb, like he's gurgling. Whoa! Some jism. Ah! I'm just gonna take out the riffraff. Maybe should have been doing that from the beginning. Ah, get out! God damn it. Alright, now you. Oh, yeah. Well, with the riffraff gone, he's actually kind of easy. Let's go. Goodbye. Sorry about throwing you over the stone wall, man. That was rude. Malaclips scratches his chin thoughtfully. It seems you could do with someone savvy to help you navigate these tricky matters of diplomacy, like maybe killing everyone wasn't the best idea. Come, let us discuss our partnership over an ale or two. Well, we got the coin, which is great. I don't know what we're using it for yet.
You have cleared the first challenge, and now we can move on to the next.
All right. We got a Cardinal Blade and Bastion of Purification. Market Thief, I don't know what that is. Tarts, Pies, and Exotic Lies. Fork in the Road. And Arm Wrestling. For befriending Malaclips, I got Malaclips' Problem and the Trickster. I wonder if we could have just murdered him early on. For finding the Forest Folk, the Old Maiden.
Welcome to my challenges.
This is
Together,
cool.
Together, we will traverse 22 paths of wisdom and despair in the hope of awakening.
I like it. Well, I'm interested. I'm excited to play more. I just really loved the first game a lot. It came out of nowhere and was really fun. I'm excited to play more of this one. I'm curious if you guys want to see more. So you know what to do with a brand new series like this. Hit the like button, comment, all that stuff if you want to see more. And obviously I'll keep a look on the views and all that stuff. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll leave a link to the game below if you want to grab it for yourself. And I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.